Hey, everybody. Welcome back to this episode of Think Business Live. Looking forward to talking with Augie Johnston. Augie, I'm looking forward to talking to you. This is, I think, one of the most important topics when it comes to marketing today, which is video. You are the founder and CEO of VidChops. I'm going to give a quick bio on you just so people have a little bit of your background. You're a 35-year-old ex-YouTuber, former basketball player, turned entrepreneur, and currently making waves in the video editing business. And what I love about this is most people are scared of doing video. Most people know they need to do video. Most people think they don't have the time to do video. But, 1 billion hours of are being watched every day on YouTube, as you point out on your website. I have heard studies that a 30-second video is equivalent to 3.5 billion words read. Million words read. So it's something that everybody has to do. I interviewed somebody the other day and I said, what does 2025 look like? December 2025. And they said, so much more video, right? So everybody's talking about it, but some people are lagging behind. So welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on. Let's start here. Why is there so much fear around doing a video?
I think it all boils down to being in high school. We all got made fun of a little bit here and there for saying the wrong thing in class or doing something embarrassing. So I think that's probably where the fear comes from. Everyone just kind of maybe like an internal fear. But the beauty of it is, hey, this is live, but most video is not live, right? So you can clean up the editing, you can clean up the mistakes and stuff. So there really is nothing to worry about. And it doesn't matter if you're, a 25-year-old guy who lifts weights every day, or a beautiful woman, or a 65-year-old man who has wisdom to share. The best way to do it is through video, for sure.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. How to find the content to basically get it started, right? So where do we tap into that wisdom?
Well, as far as finding the content, if you're talking about like video topics and those kind of things, it all comes down to marketing. It all comes down to your avatar, your dream client. So when you're sitting down and saying, what do I even make a video about? Well, think about what kind of problems they're going through, and your video can be the solution.
Okay. So let's talk about that, right? So finding the pain and then being the solution in, let's say for the sake of this example, less than 30 seconds, right? How do you, because I think one of the things I love about video is people's attention spans are very short today. So you can get quick bites out. So how do you advise your clients to find the pain? As a business coach, I'm talking to clients about that all the time, right? How do you find the pain so you can showcase you're the solution to help whether it's your internal people or grow your external clients to grow your business? And so how do people find the pain? And then how do you recommend, the time length they have to basically, get someone's attention and answer the solution to their pain?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on where you're going to be releasing your video. And we're talking really about content marketing right here through video. So as far as finding the pain, I mean, you got to think about, what are the fears of your dream customer? What are their problems? What are their issues that they're dealing with day to day? And I like to think about it as, when they sit down on a computer to try to solve that problem, what are they typing into that search bar? Because those are the kind of people you want to get in front of, because they have intent, right? It's different than just throwing an ad on Facebook while someone's just swiping through Facebook and they see your ad. There's no intent there. They're just on Facebook. But when they're on YouTube or on Google and they're searching, how to shoot a basketball, in my case, they have pain there and they're trying to solve it. And then, you got to create that content to show up in front of them. And if it is YouTube, then it's normally more longer form content, 5 to 10 minutes. If it's Instagram and stuff, you can get in front of them with a story or an Instagram reel. And so it's really just understanding the different platforms and crafting your video for that platform. And that's kind of the best way to do it.
Let's talk about all the different platforms a little bit and how to differentiate on all of them, right? So you started a little bit on YouTube and then on Instagram, and then there's Facebook and TikTok. how do you advise your clients what to do, the same and or differently on each platform?
Yeah, so I mean, earlier you talked about how people feel very overwhelmed with video, and now you just mentioned TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and
Yeah.
Facebook and Link. So here's kind of what I would advise, especially if you're just starting out. Find that pain point, craft a video around it, and you don't have to do anything crazy here. Just kind of what I advise as far as scripting your video goes is you have your video topic. Well, there should be 3 parts to that video. So come up with 3 things that you want to teach in that video. And then each of those 3 things, they might have 1 or 2 bullet points under those. So with 3 topics, each thing having 3 bullet points under it, that's about a 5 to 10 minute video. So you can go create that video and then repurpose it for all these other social media platforms. That way you're not doing twice the work. You can take that long form video, you can cut it up. Now you have, 3 different topics with 3 different little inserts under each one. So, in total, that's 9 different little short consumable videos that you could release on Instagram or Facebook or other places.
Let's talk about how you define editing. I think sometimes people don't know what that means. You have, these, many YouTube videos that are, just like fun and entertaining. They're almost like mini movies. Some have no editing, some have minimal editing. How do you define editing, and how do you know what are the right edits for you?
Well, you definitely want to, remove any fluff. That's another thing when it comes to video. It's especially if you're not really scripted and you're just kind of going off the cuff. It's easy to kind of like repeat yourself, drag on the same, thing that you're teaching for a long time. So I would say in your edits, cut out any fluff, cut out anything that's I don't know, just not necessary, that's repeated, and try to speed up your video as much as you can. There's a certain editing technique that's called jump cuts, and it's really the typical edit that you see on YouTube, and it's something you would never see in a movie or anything like that. But I'm sure we've all seen it where someone's talking and then there's a cut, and then they talk and then there's a cut, and they talk. So there's another tip right there as far as if you're nervous about recording, you can literally say one line and just be like, "Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to shoot a basketball." You could then look down at your notes and you can look back up at the camera with no pressure on you. And then you can deliver the next line. And then in the edit, you can go through and just jump cut all that dead space out. And it's just a really easy way to record your video. And no one really holds it against you on YouTube because it's so common.
And that's something that you guys do, I'm assuming.
Yeah, definitely. That's, we remove all the mistakes. We do a ton of stuff. If you're talking about us and your editing, what we do is we'll include like motion graphics, little subscribe now pop-ups, background music, the jump cuts, color grading. On YouTube, there's things called end cards, which if you at the very end of a YouTube video, the little buttons will pop up on the screen. So if we're talking about business right now, I know people listening to this are like, YouTube, I'm the director of marketing, or I'm whatever I am. I'm not going to create YouTube content. Well, think about this. At the end of your YouTube video, after you've delivered all this value to your client in a one-to-one situation, honestly, you can ask them, "Hey, if you want to buy my book, if you want to learn more, click the link that's on the screen right now." And YouTube allows you to put these clickable links directly to your website right there on the video that people can click on mobile or on desktop. So that call to action is pretty powerful at the end.
Yeah. And so let's talk about that. So from beginning to end, I think there's so many pieces of video that people get stuck on, right? And so creating the content and figuring out what that content is, doing the video, coming up with the list, actually doing the video, sending it, either, just uploading it or sending it to a group like yours, Augie. And then actually kind of strategically thinking about how to use it as a tool to really grow their business. And so can you just kind of get into the mindset and the continuum of how somebody should be thinking from beginning to end when clients come to you?
Yeah, you have to have the end in mind because, we're not just creating these videos for fun and investing all this time and money. We want an ROI on these videos, and video will give you a great ROI. I mean, especially if you're releasing on YouTube. And the reason I say that is because it's evergreen content. It's content that's going to stay on that platform. It's going to live on that platform. And people are going to continue to search for that solution on that platform for a long time.
Yeah.
So start with the end in mind and know that, hey, I'm going to have this call to action at the end of all my videos. That's going to lead them to a place on my website where they can enter their email and get a free download. And so I can use that to build my email list. One quick example I'll give you is I had a basketball training YouTube channel, and I did start it with the end in mind. From the very first video I released, at the very end of the video, I had a call to action, and I was able to grow my email list to about 50,000 email subscribers just through my free YouTube videos that I was releasing. It was very powerful for my business. And the cool thing about it is that this is warm traffic. So this is not, like I said, someone on Facebook just never seen you clicking. They've watched 5-10 minutes of your video. They're sold. You've just delivered value. They click on your link. They're ready to buy. You know, they've built a relationship with you at that point. So it's just, I'm a huge advocate of video and especially YouTube.
Yeah. Let's talk about giving away something free to get an email, right? What value do people put on an email? And, you know, nothing is really free because you're collecting their email, and then you're able to use their email to really connect to your target audience. So can you kind of just talk about that? I think that's something that sometimes people miss.
Yeah. So for my example, in the basketball training world, we were selling basketball training products, digital products, also physical products. So our videos were basketball drills. Like it might be one drill, it might be, you know, shooting form in basketball, how to keep your elbow in and make a jump shot. And so our free lead magnet was a complete workout. So it was, you know, 10 drills, 10 videos, a downloadable PDF. And really, it was just kind of like the next step in the process. So if you can think of like a sales funnel, the first thing you got is the video they land on. Then they click to get the free workout. Now they got a complete workout they can follow. Now they're doing this workout. And now we have their email address. And now we're emailing them, building a relationship, sending them more content, trying to help them, you know, become better basketball players. And then at the very last point, we say, hey, if you want to start taking this serious, we have a 12-week training program that does cost money. And that's where we're able to make the sale.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. What are some of the skills you learned on the court that you put into the fundamentals of your business?
Oh, that's a tough one. I would definitely say hard work. When I was releasing these YouTube basketball training videos back in the day, I started about 2009, 2010. My wife and I were the ones making these videos. She was on the camera, and I guess the work ethic part comes because we were going into the gym 5:30 in the morning at this local health club so no one was in there, you know, bothering us. So definitely that. And, you know, just when you play in a team in a team sport, you know, you're communicating with others and helping each other get better and stuff too. So I felt like that definitely helped me in my communication part in my videos.
Yeah, good. All right, let's talk about you, the entrepreneur. Are entrepreneurs born or made?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I would say
a hybrid.
I would definitely say hybrid, because in my own case, I can look back and, you know, I was the kid buying 50-cent candy, selling it for $1, doing that kind of stuff. But at the same time,
good markup.
Yeah, definitely good markup back then too. But I think you could be made. Yeah, I mean, I believe in that growth mindset, you know, where, you know, nothing's fixed. You can always improve and get better and do whatever you want with that mindset. So I definitely think you can develop it.
All right, good. So let's talk about the first step of developing it and jumping in. So I want to know, let's just kind of rewind, you know, 10, 20 some years. Who are the mentors in your life that planted seeds early on that kind of helped you kind of have the confidence and courage to actually do what you're doing today?
Yeah, there was definitely a few people. When I was about 16 or 17 years old, I had a friend who I used to go lift weights with. He was an older guy. I think he was about 7 or 8 years older than me. And he was doing affiliate marketing. So this was a long time ago. And he was making about $30,000 a year doing affiliate marketing. And I was 16 years old. And I saw that. I thought, whoa, that's crazy, you know, from just building some niche websites and stuff and getting some sales. So that was the first seed that got planted. But it really kind of started when, after college, I moved to Europe and I was playing basketball in Europe and, like semi-professionally, getting paid barely anything. You know, I was barely getting by, and I went online and did that same Google search a lot of us do, which is how to make money online. I was living in Europe, And that's really the rabbit hole that I went down while I was over there, just trying to maximize all my free time and stuff because, one basketball practice a day, maybe two, a game every now and then was not a huge workload. So that's when I really started to take this serious.
Yeah, I love it. So to somebody who is an entrepreneur who has free time right now, has an idea, wants to start taking something seriously, what's the very first step they should take right now?
Creating video content, honestly. You need to start building your audience. You need to start building your authority in whatever niche you are. And even if you don't have a product, I mean, like I said, I recommend you start with the end in mind. You have
I agree.
the monetization strategy, but even if you don't and you want to get started, you can start to build an audience on social media, get your followers up. And, it's not just about the audience, but really what that audience is going to provide you is traffic once you finally launch something that you can make a sale on, a product or a service. So that'd be the first step is, take out your phone, make down some video ideas, start doing that. And then
find that. I would say, I would add one thing, even if you don't have a product, tap into something where you have, your potential is very high, your unique ability, something you're really good at, and just start shooting. I agree with you. When I started my business 6.5 years ago, I didn't even have a website, and I was doing video on every social platform every day.
Wow.
And doing business tips. And that's what I credit growing my business so quickly to. I was just in front of people every day. And I think it's a great way to build mind share and market share.
Yeah. And also authority. And I'll even say, like, I've seen people who don't really do it the right way as far as how they're publishing content and stuff. What they'll do is just release tips and stuff on Facebook for insurance or for whatever. And what happens is in time, they start to become the authority just in their Facebook friends. And now everybody in their Facebook group is hitting them up for whatever service they're offering. And all they're doing is just releasing videos on their personal Facebook profile.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. You ready for a quick speed round?
Let's do it.
All right. Favorite book and why?
Traction by Gino Wickman, I think it is. It's I like it because he has something called the Entrepreneur Operating System, which basically, for me, is a good, almost like an organization chart that helps teach you how to have stand-up meetings and all that kind of stuff. It was very beneficial for me. Yeah,
good book. Good book. I had Gino on the show about, I don't know, maybe a year ago. I can't remember. But best piece of wisdom you've ever received?
Play to your strengths, hide your weaknesses.
Yeah, I love it. Finish this sentence. One thing everybody needs to do to get over the fear of video and getting in front of the camera is
record 30 videos.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like I was once talking to a professional photographer. I said, what's the secret of being a great photographer? He said, take a lot of pictures.
Yeah. It's definitely true with video.
You're right. It's the same with video. No, I agree. Tell everybody how to work with you and kind of the different programs of what you offer and who your ideal clients are, Augie.
Yeah, if you want to take a look at our video editing service, we have a few different plans over at VidChops.com. We have a plan that's 4 videos a month for $325. We have a plan for 8 to 12 videos a month. That's $595. And then if you're going to record 16 to 20 videos a month, that's $995. And yeah, you can just click over to our website and get signed up, and we'll match you with an editor the next day, and you'll be up and running.
I love it. Augie, I appreciate you being on the show today talking about video. I think it is so important. I think everybody, however much video they're doing, they should double it. If they think they're doing too much, keep on doubling it, because attention spans are low and people are in, I think, a lot of need for really good content. And all the platforms that you work on are great. Think community, if Augie can help you, please reach out. Give me your website one more time, Augie.
Yeah, that's vidchops.com.
All right. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Augie. That was great.
Thank you.